What if everything you thought you knew about Neymar was a lie? Tonight, something darker is creeping into his life, something that's been watching him from the shadows. When an anonymous message warns him, "They're coming for you," he laughs it off. But the truth? It's far more terrifying than he could ever imagine. The evening was settling in over Neymar's mansion. The wind outside picked up, sending a shiver down his spine as he gazed out of the window into the growing darkness. The usual buzz of his phone had gone quiet, but there was something else on his mind. The eerie feeling wouldn't go away. His phone buzzed, and an anonymous message popped up. "They're coming for you." Neymar smirked, dismissing it as a prank, but the unease remained. He walked through the mansion, noticing that something felt off. The usual presence of his bodyguards was missing. He'd been told they were reassigned. Alone, the mansion felt larger, colder. Then, the scratching noise began. Soft at first, almost like it was coming from the walls. Neymar shook it off, thinking it was his mind playing tricks. But the noise grew louder. His heart began to race as he tried to ignore it, but it felt as though the house was alive. Reaching for the door, he heard the scraping again, and this time, it was closer. He turned sharply, half expecting to find someone there, but the hall was empty. Nothing. No one. The light above him flickered. Another message flashed across his phone. "Don't go out there. It's not what you think." A chill crawled up his spine. The house was silent now. Too silent. The message unsettled him, but his curiosity pushed him forward. He took a deep breath and walked toward the hallway, every step amplified in the quiet. The darkness seemed to press in on him from all sides. The house felt endless. Suddenly, his phone rang. Neymar answered it quickly, relief flooding him. Thinking it was someone he knew. "Neymar." The voice on the other end rasped. "You need to listen to me. They're coming for you. They won't stop until they..." The line went dead. Silence. The hair on the back of Neymar's neck stood up. His instincts told him to run, but he couldn't. He was already too deep. He pushed on through the house, the walls now feeling more like a trap. As he passed the study, the door creaked open on its own. His pulse quickened. Inside, the desk lamp flickered, casting long, twisting shadows on the walls. Neymar stepped inside, and his own reflection in the glass window seemed distorted, the face staring back at him unfamiliar. The cold was unbearable now. His breath came out in visible puffs, even though the heat was on. He turned around, hoping to find someone, anyone, but the room was empty. That's when he heard it, the faintest whisper, almost imperceptible. He wasn't alone. Then he saw it, a figure standing in the doorway, tall, cloaked in black, unmoving. The figure didn't speak. It just stood there, silently observing him. Neymar's heart raced. "Who are you?" he demanded, his voice shaking. The figure pointed to the far corner of the room. Neymar turned, expecting to see something terrifying, but the corner was empty. When he turned back, the figure was gone. His skin crawled. He wasn't sure what was worse, the figure or the empty space where it had been. Panic set in, but his body wouldn't move. The darkness around him seemed to pulse, the air thickening, as if closing in. Neymar rushed for the stairs, desperate to escape. But as he reached the top, he saw it again. The figure was standing there, blocking his way. "You can't escape," it whispered, its voice a chilling echo in the air. He couldn't speak. He couldn't move. He felt as though the darkness itself was wrapping around him. A flash of light illuminated the hallway, and for a split second, Neymar caught his reflection in the glass. But it wasn't him. The face staring back was twisted, mouth stretched in a grotesque grin. The reflection smiled at him, but it wasn't a smile of reassurance. It was mocking, dark, and twisted. Neymar understood then, the game was never about fame or fortune. It was something far worse. And now it was too late. As the darkness closed in, Neymar realized the terrifying truth. There was no escape.